Psychological horror and mind control experiments have a dark and disturbing history, often blurring the lines between science, horror, and crime. One of the most notorious examples of this is the experimentation on prisoners and vulnerable individuals to manipulate their minds, ultimately creating terrifying results. Throughout history, governments and organizations have conducted secret mind control programs, often on those who were incarcerated or deemed expendable, with the intention of breaking down their will and testing the limits of human consciousness. One infamous program, MKUltra, involved the CIA's use of prisoners as subjects for brutal mind control experiments. Prisoners were subjected to extreme forms of psychological torture, including drug-induced states, sensory deprivation, and hypnosis, in a bid to alter their behavior and manipulate their thoughts. The aim was not just to control the mind, but to break it down, turning individuals into puppets, devoid of their own will. Some of these prisoners were driven to madness or transformed into cold, emotionless shells, leaving behind a trail of psychological devastation. What makes these experiments even more terrifying is the potential influence they had on the criminal world. Many of the individuals who were subjected to these mind-altering techniques would later become unpredictable and dangerous, acting out in violent and horrific ways. The idea that these experiments didn't just break the human psyche but created monsters out of ordinary people is chilling. These individuals, once part of a system designed to control them, were now uncontrollable themselves, turning the experiments into real-life horror stories that haunt us to this day. The horror doesn't end with the experiments themselves, it continues in the aftermath, where the victims become a living testament to the terrifying power of psychological manipulation. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for video notifications. And give us instructions in the comments. We will reply to your comments. Which part of this story do you think will have the biggest long-term impact on our society? We'll feature the most insightful ones. Because conversation matters, accountability matters, and silence is often the most dangerous thing of all. Stay informed, stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one. Because in the shadows, silence is never just silence. It's a choice. Ghostly Crimes, 2026, stay sharp. As the experiments on prisoners progressed, the disturbing results of these mind control efforts began to emerge, revealing the terrifying consequences of tampering with the human mind. Many subjects, after undergoing intense psychological manipulation, began exhibiting behaviors far removed from their original personalities. The mind-altering techniques, such as prolonged isolation, hypnotic suggestion, and heavy drug doses, did not just alter thoughts, they rewired the very fabric of their identities. Some subjects were turned into emotional voids, unable to feel empathy or remorse, while others became violent and unpredictable, losing any semblance of normal behavior. One of the most terrifying outcomes was the creation of individuals who seemed to have lost their humanity entirely. These subjects were no longer simply victims of an experiment. They became agents of chaos, devoid of any emotional or moral compass. It was as though these experiments created walking, breathing monsters, people who had been turned into instruments of violence and terror, acting on commands or impulses that were not their own. The stories of these individuals began to haunt the public imagination. And soon, the idea of mind control was no longer just a science fiction concept, but a very real, terrifying possibility. These manipulated individuals, stripped of their free will, became more than just broken victims of a government experiment. They became the perfect subjects for psychological horror. They were no longer functioning as ordinary people. Instead, they were dangerous beings capable of unspeakable acts of violence and terror, operating under the influence of unseen forces. In some cases, their actions were so horrific that it raised the question, were they truly responsible for their actions? Or were they merely puppets, unknowingly carrying out the dark will of those who controlled them? This blurred line between free will and manipulation continues to fuel both criminal investigations and the darker corners of horror fiction, where mind control is often portrayed as a terrifying force that can turn ordinary people into monstrous entities. The legacy of these experiments in 2026 remains a chilling reminder that the mind is the ultimate frontier of both discovery and destruction. As we peel back the layers of these classified files, we must ask ourselves, what happens when the silence becomes the weapon? Because conversation matters, accountability matters, and silence, as you've seen tonight, is often the most dangerous thing of all. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for video notifications. And give us instructions in the comments. We will reply to your comments. Drop your thoughts below. We read and reply to everyone. Stay informed. Stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one. Which story do you think will have the biggest long-term impact? Let us know. The consequences of these mind control experiments didn't end with individuals. They rippled through our entire society. Survivors, left with shattered identities, often found themselves caught in an inevitable cycle of crime and madness. Were some of history's most notorious criminals not born of evil, but created by the very systems meant to protect us? This suggests the true horror lies in the invisible systems that turn ordinary people into agents of destruction. The monsters we fear are often products of a horrific system of control, wielded by those who destroy minds without lifting a finger. The ultimate horror is that anyone, under the wrong circumstances, could be turned into a tool for something much darker. Stay informed, stay sharp, because conversation matters and silence is the most dangerous thing of all. Subscribe for more updates. As the scope of these mind control experiments expanded, so did the chilling implications for both the individuals involved and society as a whole. The very idea that governments or powerful institutions could manipulate the thoughts and actions of individuals with such precision gave rise to a new wave of psychological horror. The question of whether these experiments were limited to prisoners or vulnerable populations grew even more unsettling. What if similar tactics were being used on ordinary civilians without their knowledge? The mere thought that anyone could be subject to such manipulation without consent led to widespread fear and paranoia, turning psychological horror into a real-world terror. In the aftermath of MKUltra and other secret programs, some survivors of these experiments began to speak out, sharing harrowing tales of their experiences and the mental scars left behind. Their stories of being brainwashed, drugged, and forced into horrific situations fueled public distrust in government institutions and created an atmosphere of fear and suspicion. People began to wonder if such programs could be conducted in secret. What else might be going on behind closed doors, hidden from the public eye? The horror wasn't just in the experiments themselves. It was in the growing realization that these tactics could be employed again, at any time, on anyone. The long-term effects of these mind control experiments also manifested in the creation of new types of psychological horror in popular culture. Movies, books, and documentaries began to explore the idea of mind control as a real-world horror, where ordinary individuals could be transformed into monsters or puppets for someone else's gain. These stories tapped into a deep, primal fear, the fear of losing control over one's own mind, and being turned into something unrecognizable, something dangerous. This new wave of psychological horror not only entertained audiences, but also served as a stark reminder of the power that could be wielded by those in control of these manipulative technologies. The line between fiction and reality began to blur, leaving a lingering sense of dread that still haunts us today. Which of these historical programs do you believe has the most significant impact on our privacy today? We'll feature the best insights in our next report. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for video notifications. Give us instructions in the comments. We will reply to your comments because conversation matters, accountability matters, and silence, as you've seen tonight, is often the most dangerous thing of all. Stay informed, stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one. The legacy of these psychological experiments continues to reverberate through both real-world criminal behavior and the cultural fabric of horror. The unsettling truth is that, although these experiments may have officially ended decades ago, the implications still affect us today. Some of the individuals subjected to mind control techniques never fully recovered, their lives and personalities forever altered. These broken minds became ticking time bombs, and in some cases, they acted out violently, seemingly driven by forces beyond their control. Their stories blurred the lines between victim and villain, leaving society to grapple with the terrifying question: how much of our behavior is truly our own, and how much is shaped or manipulated by external forces? This chilling uncertainty feeds into the horror of mind control as it continues to be explored in various forms of media and real-life criminal investigations. The idea that anyone could become a pawn, manipulated into committing monstrous acts, gives rise to a fear that touches everyone, even if they don't realize it. What if someone right now is being slowly transformed into a puppet of a higher power, pushed into committing unspeakable acts without their own will? The fear that our minds, our very sense of self, could be hijacked by forces beyond our understanding is one of the most terrifying prospects of all. And with the advancements in technology and psychological manipulation techniques, who's to say that mind control is truly a thing of the past? In the end, the true horror of these mind control experiments isn't just the devastation caused to the individuals who were tortured or manipulated, it's the lingering uncertainty they leave in their wake. Are we truly in control of our own minds, or could someone somewhere be pulling the strings without us even knowing? This psychological horror is the most terrifying of all, because it suggests that the monsters we fear might not always be physical, but psychological, lurking inside our own minds, waiting for the right moment to emerge. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for video notifications and give us instructions in the comments. We will reply to your comments. Which of these experiments do you believe has the most chilling legacy today? Let us know in the comments below. Because conversation matters, accountability matters, and silence, as you've seen tonight, is often the most dangerous thing of all. Stay informed, stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one.